It does because you're blaming me.
Yeah, damn right I'm blaming you. For last week, yeah. Whatever day that was.
Thursday.
Thursday. Because it was. It wasn't me. I was ready. I'm here. I'm ready.
Told you what I had to do.
Yeah, and then that you took 10 years to do it.
It's a big store.
For records?
Yeah.
It's 2025. It shouldn't be that big.
It was big. Half the store was records. The other half was like movies and CDs and shirts.
So it was more than a record store.
Well, yeah.
So you
It
lied.
was a mix. It was a mix of stuff.
It wasn't a record store.
Well, half of it was a record store. It doesn't matter.
It
Just
matters.
start the fucking pod.
The pod started. And you've been exposed as a little bitch.
We're starting the year off strong. Not really. I don't give a fuck.
What the fuck? That's fucked up.
No, I care about the pod. I mean, I don't know.
No, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Koolme does not give a fuck. But ladies and gentlemen, as episode 69 of the Babblemouth podcast.
We're stopping at 69 for the memes.
This is the last episode. No, it's not. We're gonna get to at least 100, and then we'll maybe stop there. But
we're not.
We might.
We're gonna be like Joe Rogan.
No fucking shot. He does like 3 a week.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Once a week is hard enough.
It's not that hard. You just are a little bitch.
Right. Fuck you, pal.
Anyways, the year is 2025. And yeah, that's it.
It's the same as the year before.
Yeah, and yeah, that's it. I have the word of the year from the Oxford Dictionary was brain rot. So that's cool. Last year's the 2023 word was Riz. Yeah. That was the 2024 brain rot was for 2024.
What's that word mean again?
Brain rot? It's just brain rot.
Thanks.
What
for clearing that up.
It's just brain rot. It's like when people go up to someone and like use that fucking bullshit ass language. And they say,
"Oh yeah, like risen up."
You got a nice gat in Ohio. Yeah, W Riz.
Nice yacht. You got a nice yacht. Level 10.
Level 10 yacht in Ohio. I don't know that.
What does in Ohio mean?
Well, we went over this.
Yeah, but I forgot.
I don't fucking know what it is. I don't say that.
That's fair.
Anyway.
That's fair, honestly.
To start the year off, I got banned on Twitch because I was in Koolme's chat doing nothing, and Twitch deemed that as being a automated account. So
I guess they might. You know what it is? They might be. Maybe they're cracking on the lurking, thinking that we're bot accounts.
It's not.
Which is stupid because they actually promote lurking.
It was because I was with you. If the email is true, then that's because you're a compromised account.
I'm not compromised.
You're compromised, kid.
I have two-factor authentication on everything.
Upon further review, it appears that this suspension was the result of your account displaying activity associated with compromised accounts.
Yeah,
I don't talk to nobody. I don't talk to anybody on Twitch. I ain't compromised with no one except you. That's crazy. Or it's because Speedy's racist and they found his DMs.
It could be that. He is a racist little fucker.
Yeah, fuck you, Speedy, punk ass bitch.
I had to be nice to him. He bought me food yesterday.
Yeah, you didn't ask for it. You said it like fucking 8 times. Didn't fucking ask it. You weren't joking. You fucking wanted it. You know you don't have to fucking say you were joking. You weren't joking.
It really hit the spot when we watched that terrible movie. So I had leftovers, so I ate it during the movie, and then yeah, it really hit the spot for that trash.
Anyway, I'm not banned anymore. But
This is good.
yeah, that's it for that. We're also gonna do. We'll do this. We'll do it at the same time because we're gonna go over the box office top 10, and then we'll do our top 10
Ooh,
after. But
yeah, that
first,
makes sense. That makes sense.
7-Eleven has a sign, at least in my city, that said new lower prices for cigarettes. Why are they
Yeah, I remember
promoting
seeing
that?
that. They got to get people to get cancer.
That's an odd
After.
thing to promote. It's like it's 1945.
I think everybody vapes now. That's the problem. So they're not buying cigarettes anymore.
But they
It's
can
only like the
sell
old
that.
people.
They sell those too, so it's fine.
Yeah, but it's like taxis and Uber. It's like the same thing. Like the cigarettes are like the taxis. They're just outdated.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying I'm a little bitch?
You take taxis?
I've never taken. Why would I need to do that?
I don't know. I've never taken it. I don't think I've ever taken a taxi.
I've taken an Uber because you didn't want to drive me to the airport.
First of all, I said I would, and you just said fuck no, and you just did it on your own. The second time I did,
The second
and I
time,
was
yeah.
freaking blitzed out of my mind.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I don't even know how we got there. I was so gone.
Well, I also wanted to do a quick Firewatch review. This was the last thing I streamed before I got banned for no reason.
Pretty sure you played that before, but
I didn't. I could tell you that I
sure.
literally have never played that game before.
I think you played it on your other account.
I didn't. Because I didn't fucking own it, motherfucker.
You were telling me to play it.
Yeah, like 2 days ago or like a week ago.
I'm talking about years ago.
I've never told you to play that shit. You're tripping.
Possibly.
If you're thinking of anything, it looks like The Long Dark.
No.
That's the only thing it looks like.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was
Because
3
I've
years
never
ago.
fucking played that shit. I've never fucking played it.
Someone played it that I was watching stream it.
And it wasn't me.
But this was a while ago.
Anyway.
But on like 3 years, whenever the game came out.
Anyway, I'll give the game a 6 out of 10. That's my
You
review.
beat it?
It's like 3 hours long.
Oh. You're a fireman watcher?
Fireman Watcher. That's not a thing, buddy.
Well, what are you in the game?
You sit in like
Firewatch?
you're Firewatch for like the forest.
Like you're like a lifeguard for the forest.
You know, you're not waiting for fires to start drowning.
That's not what I meant, but
You,
you're like keeping watch.
I mean, that's not what you do, but that's what they would do. They go out into the woods for like a couple months and they just, every couple of hours, they check the horizons around them and they see if there's smoke.
That's it?
That's not what the game is, but that's what the job would be in real life.
Oh.
I mean, I beat it.
Is there like a killer in it or something? Are you running from
I
fires?
can't just spoil it.
No. I might play it.
You could beat that shit in one stream. I would have, but I hit my fucking surge protector and it turned all my shit off.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
But yeah, you could easily beat that shit 3.5 hours. I did it in 3 because I'm cool like that.
No,
Anyway,
you're not.
yeah, I am.
You're just not, pal.
Oh, you're so fucking lucky. I would choke you out right now. Speaking of films, there's the 28 Years Later movie that's coming out was filmed on an iPhone 15.
Yeah, fun fact for anybody that didn't know that. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
And it's
I
not
think
like
they wanted to get the feel for it.
and it's not like it was just the phone and they were like on a tripod. It had like lenses and shit attached to it.
Yeah.
It's not just straight out of the camera. Because then that would look like a YouTube vlog.
Well, true.
We're gonna, because I'm gonna
really fucking good.
Yeah, stop talking when I'm speaking, please. And so we have 3 films to review today. I think we'll start. I don't know if we should I read my story first or should we do? I think we should do. I'll do the story first, and then we'll do all the movie stuff at the end.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
All right, this story is nothing to do with anything else. I just thought this was gonna be funny.
Wait, we didn't even talk about like 2025 being in 2025. Like,
what about it? We did. We talked. It's the same as last year.
That's true. All right, move on. I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, this is this is a fan fiction called "The Day E.T. Saved My Life," and this is the synopsis. My story is about a depressed male teenager named Tyrone. He is on the edge of his life when his inspirational idol E.T. comes from outer space to save Tyrone's life. Tyrone wants a sexual relationship with E.T.
What the fuck?
So this is it's a sexual fan fiction about E.T. And if anyone doesn't know who E.T. is, it's a alien. And get together, because you should know who E.T. is. All right.
Yeah, E.T. phone home.
I don't know how many. I think this is like 8 pages or something. I've never read it. But here we go. This story is by E.T. Lover. And let's get into this. So today was my born day. I was super happy. As I climbed out of bed, I tripped up and bruised my knee. It was painful. I sucked up my tears and swallowed them back up in my eye socket. When I sucked up my salty tears, my eyes began to sting in pain of my soul. My life is dim. My life is bleak. I am lonely. My soul is full of darkness and shame. Did you write this? Flashback to 5th grade. As it was lunchtime, I was super hungry, so I grabbed out my awesome E.T. lunchbox. A couple of bald-headed Shrek lovers walked up to me and started to tease me. Bald-headed number asshole whispered in my mouth and began to say, E.T. is my bitch. I will fucking Shrek you, and you're that wrinkly brown vagitus bald-headed number Pouchette bent me down and spanked me vigorously. I started to cry blood. Everyone in the school heard about the incident. For a couple of days, people called me, what the fuck? Iridocyclitis? Hemiolo... I don't know. It says some bullshit.
Is that a medical term?
They called him some bullshit. Listen to the emotional song above. There's no song there. Still 5th grade. As the kids tested my strong will, I couldn't hold it back anymore. I finally got the courage to tell the teacher. As I walked to my amazing teacher, Mr. Keys, I tripped up on my shoelace and landed face first on my butt. Ouch! It was a familiar feeling. It felt like the beatings I would get at home. Flashback and a flashback. Up and over, my dad ordered, indicating the back of the chair with his own looped belt. I hopped up and lay over the back of the chair, balanced on my tummy with my head down towards the seat and my trousers half hanging down my booty. My dad lifted the back of my shirt to get a good clear target. Then, with a loud thwack, laid the leather across my bare cheeks. I gasped, but did not cry out. Thwack! Again. The leather belt made an awful sound like it was a small firecracker. I tried to lift my legs in defense, but was quickly ordered to let them hang. Thwack came the third lash. A tear began to slowly creep down my cheek as I think about the pain and humiliation. Once it was over, my dad threw me into my room. I crawled up onto my bed and laid on my side. As I curled up in a ball, I began to sob silently like a sheep. As I laid there for a couple of hours, I finally sat up and wiped the tears away from my face. I stood up and walked over to my DVD player and put my favorite movie on to help me with my suicidal thoughts. I devour E.T.'s scent through my screen. I put my hands on the screen where I can get a glimpse of E.T.'s sweet, soft touch. I hate Elliot Taylor. He doesn't deserve to be with E.T. I would swear I would tear Elliot apart limb to limb. And then after I'm done ripping him apart, I would put the best part of his body and make it into a 5th grade gourmet meal. And I will spoon feed it to my lover, E.T. As I eat my blueberry muffin, I nearly die by suffocation. End of flashback. As I try to shake the memory out of my head, my super awesome teacher holds out his hand and picks me up. Thanks, Mr. Key, as I cheerfully thank him. Tyrone, you peed your pants. Tyrone! Tyrone! As Mr. Key's in ghostly tone. No, it can't be. Why? You monster! I hate you. Found out what happens. Who is Mr. Key really? Found out in the next chapter. Flashback and a flashback ends. As a normal 15-year-old boy, I have to go to the most hated place on earth, school. As I undress, I walk over to my mirror. I stare at my reflection as I am ashamed at my disgusting body. I start to criticize myself. You fat slag. E.T. would never love you. Love that sweet, gorgeous booty of yours. I wink at my reflection. E.T. only loves skinny white boys. I frown at the statement that I made. It was true. I would never have a chance. I look at my drawer and I see my E.T. pictures and stuff and stuffed animals. I flush and bite my lip as I remember my sexual fantasy I had about E.T. recently that night. I wake up in an unfamiliar room. I look around, but it's just an empty white room. The room itself is quite small. 4 by 10 is my estimate length. My hands are bound together with what it looks like a intergalactic handcuffs. I try to tug and wiggle myself out of my bondage, but it's worthless. As I scream for help, the room goes black. I hear footsteps and heavy breathing. As I was going to speak, the lights go back, and there in front of me is the most seductive, spicy, arousing alien in the entire universe. It was E.T. as E.T. walks up to me and kneels down, where he whispers passionately in my mouth. I'm going to try to do E.T. impression. He doesn't really say anything, though. I usually don't do this to people of your type, but I'll make an exception since it's your birthday. He then winks at me and starts slowly pulling down my pants, then places his hand on my inner thigh. My breathing starts to hitch as my eyes begin to roll in the back of my head. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Standing by E.T.'s side, protecting him while he protects me, giving him the sexual desire every alien needs. As E.T. starts to make his way up to my genitals, he starts to kiss and bite my thigh while he playfully gropes my man boobs. But then he suddenly stops. I open my eyes and he just stares at me. It feels like he's looking into the darkness pit of my soul, reading every single one of my deepest and utmost horrific thoughts. Next, he grabs the skin from his neck and rips it off like it's a mask, which it is. Now I have his true identity. Mr. Keys! I kick my leg trying to aim for his stomach, but failed. Mr. Key grabs my leg and pulls me down and climbs on top of me. Now he's straddling like a pony. He grabs my neck, squeezing as hard as he can, and shouts at me, "You little skank! You whore! You should turn the music off now." Oh, that's a little side thought. There's no song here to play, but I wake up from the terrifying nightmare, now breathing heavily, clenching to my blankets as a stream of sweat falls down my face. I try to settle myself down by thinking of happy thoughts like E.T. frolicking through a field of dandelions. As I try to reach out to my stuffed bear, I knock over a glass of milk. With a loud thump, it hits the ground. Moments later, my dad opens the door and pops his head around the frame. He stares at me for what felt like 10 minutes. He finally spoke up. Just relax, you fucktard. Jesus, calm the fuck down. My dad shuts the door and walks away. I am left with a smile because this time I didn't get a beating. Now I am happy and go back to sleep. Today was
What
my. Oh, was that it? That was it.
was it?
Wait. No, it's not. Okay, no,
Oh
that's not.
God.
Okay, today was my born day. I was super happy. As I climbed out of bed, I tripped up and bruised my knee. It was painful. I sucked up my tears and swallowed them back in my eye. Did we read this? Some of this looks different. We already read that
Right.
part for sure. When I stuck it, my life is bleak. I am lonely. My soul is full of darkness and shame. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. This is like a song now. It's just a song now. So we already get the. Yeah, that is it.
Thank fuck. This is some weird ass fantasy wet dream bullshit.
Well, it went from like E.T. like jerking him off to like him being like raped by his teacher.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. Whoever wrote that is fucking weird.
E.T. lover. Shout out that guy. Here's
E.T.
another.
Lover, you're a freak.
Here's another story called "Pimp My Rabbit." It looks like Nicolas Cage as a rabbit. Oh, okay. It's about rabbit. It's literally in the title. It says rabbit rape. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Let me pull this up again. But yeah, that was a good story. If you guys want more fan fictions, shout out. We'll read more.
Yeah, that was interesting for sure.
I thought it was a solid story.
It was pretty solid, interesting,
It's terrible.
and fucking weird.
Okay. We can review these movies. Some of these saw a long ass time ago. Being Kraven, really. That was, I guess, not that long ago. All three of these I've seen in the last like month. So
They're new for us, or at least for me. Like Avatar.
we'll start with Avatar 2: The Way of Water, because that was the oldest one here. Let's do a non-spoiler review first, even though it's not that old, but no, what? Fuck them. They're not getting it. If you haven't seen it, that's on you.
It's like 2 years old now, or something like 3 years now.
I think it was 2023.
I thought it was 2022.
Let's find out. Avatar 2 came out in 22. Okay, yeah, so it is like 2 years and a month old.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like me and waited, then it's your fault because the movie's actually really fucking good.
It is solid. I think it's better than the first one for sure.
It's 100% better than the first one. There's so much. There's so much that went into this movie that makes it just so much better. I think the first one really set the ground though, but this one kind of like has that expansion.
Mm-hmm. This movie made 2.3 billion at the box office. I think it's third on the list altogether. Feel free to say anything.
I'm just vibing. Like you're doing the research. I'm just here.
You could be like saying things, but
I'll talk briefly about the movie. I guess I can't even remember. I think there's like a few. There's quite a bit of time jumps in the movie because it takes place like right after the first one, and then they time jump to like a year later or something like that. Or well, I don't want to go into like the details if you're not listening.
I'm rested.
Anyway, sure. the movie goes into like a few time jumps. I think right after the movie starts, like right after the first, and then they time jump to where they kick all the humans off the planet, and then there's an I think there's another time jump where they come back. The humans come back and invade the planet again. That might have been later though.
I think it was like 10
It's
years later.
or something like that. It was a lot later because the kids are a lot older now. It was, yeah, Jake Sully has a family
Jake Sully
now. He's a whole family, little blue guys,
and women.
which yeah, and women. Well, one of them's well, one of them's theirs, and I think the other one's adopted. Right? It was Kiri. I think Kiri's adopted.
Well, one of them was born from the one chick's body.
Yeah,
They used her.
Kiri,
They used her like avatar or whatever.
the older one. Somehow she was pregnant. We don't. Well, we're kind of just gonna jump. We're kind of jumping around, but you don't even find out how she got pregnant to begin with. But
Well, they fuck each other.
well, yeah, but they didn't confirm. I don't think they confirmed that in the movie who the dad was.
We're talking about Kiri.
Yeah, she's the daughter of the doctor.
I think they just used her because at the end of the first one she's dead. I think they just took
Right.
her that and then they used it to make a child out of her
Yeah, but she
avatar.
was. No, but then they're going back in the footage with Spider, and she's like, "I don't know who my dad is."
I don't think
But
she
they're
has one.
going.
I think she's made in a lab.
I don't know. When I was watching it, Spider's like, "Your mom and that guy look kind of close." You know, do you think they did it right there? She might have died when she was pregnant.
Maybe.
And then they saved the baby that way. Anyway, that was kind of like out of.
If she died when she was pregnant, she wouldn't have been a blue baby.
But she died in her avatar.
She died as a human. Because they tried at the
Then they
very because they gave the human body to the tree at the end.
Oh, she switched her avatar at the end of the first one.
Because they tried to put her body into it to see if they could get her back, but then she like dies. The tree ate her. They sucked it up.
Yeah, but I think. Well, didn't she still? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, her avatar body's in the tube, being kept alive.
I don't know the fucking law. Let's just move on. I don't. Fuck this kid. I don't.
I don't know. The kid is special though.
She
She's a
is.
big part of the story.
Well, I think it's because the. What is the actress name? Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Whatever her fucking character's name is. She liked like animals and shit, and that transferred over to her. And then I don't know what her power is. She seems to be able to control them, but
She seems to be controlling everything. And she has a deep connection to AWA.
she's on that planet. She's able to control the life
What?
and the what?
What'd you say?
What did you say?
You said I'm not planning it or something like that?
What the fuck are you saying?
That's what you said. You said I'm not planning it.
That's definitely not what I said. I said she has a deep connection to the life on the planet.
No, she has a deep connection to the tree, to their tree, their god.
Yeah, but she can
AWA.
control like all of the fucking shit.
Yeah, because of the connection to AWA.
You're just saying this like everyone knows this tree's name.
I'm telling you.
Who's fucking AWA?
Isn't that's their god?
You could say literally anything and I would believe you. I have no idea.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah, I wasn't listening to the tree that they talked to like twice.
Hold on.
They didn't even talk to theirs. They talked to the underwater tree. which could be
Awa is also known as the All Mother or Great Mother. It is
what we call it, the All Mother or something, not fucking Awa. Like you're
Awa.
saying
That's
some
the
fuck.
name. Well, that's the name. Awa is
I'm pretty sure I'm
their
pretty sure they
god.
call it. They don't call it that ever. They call it the Mother.
No, the
You're
kids call it Awa when they're in the water.
you're on some fucking bullshit.
See, we're not even like reviewing the movie. We're just going over it. I mean, it's a big part of
You're
the story.
it's kind of they talked to it twice.
Yeah, but well, Natiri calls it the Great Mother when her son dies, but the kids call it Awa when they're in
We're
the
just
water.
skipping to that part, I guess.
No, I'm just saying like that. It seems like the adults call it. Jake Sully even called it Awa early on.
Fuck Jake Sully. He's fake.
All right. Anyway, we're all over the place.
Yeah, you just said the kid died. We're not even there yet.
That's fine. They'll get to it.
If you haven't seen the fucking movie, the fucking first son dies.
Natayam.
You just know their.
That fucked me
like,
up.
I don't know any of their names, except Jake Sully.
Natayam is the one that was.
I know who you're talking about, motherfucker.
Okay, he's the rebel. He's the one that never listened.
That one, that he didn't die. The older
Natayam
brother
did.
died. Yeah, the older brother.
Oh yeah, Loak. Loak is the.
Why do you just
the one that's...
you watch this shit once and you just know all this shit? Like you're like
I had to know,
Awa and like and blah blah blah. Like what the fuck?
I had to watch it with subtitles because I didn't know anybody's name.
I didn't know their name. I just fucking watched it.
Yeah, it was important that I paid attention because I knew we were gonna review it.
I get to pull up their fucking names and you're fucking shooting them out.
Loak is the one that was with the Okran, and the water beast. He's the one that was connected to. He got chosen by what were they called? The Tullux?
The
Tullux.
whales?
Yeah, the whales, the Tullux.
Just call them whales. We don't need to say the lore names. No one cares.
No, it matters. It matters to the story.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter for us reviewing it. If we say whale, anyone who's seen the movie knows what we're saying. If they don't, then you've definitely never seen it because they're in the movie a lot.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, let's just say all these kids' names real quick. You got Loak. That's a little shit. Tuktiri. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's a little ass girl.
Tuk. Yeah, Tuk.
A little ass girl. Who the fuck? Oh, Spider. That was the human kid.
Yeah, it was a human kid.
Also known as Miles. For a second, it said Miles Spider. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about Spider-Man for? But
I was trying to figure out who he was for the longest time when I was watching that movie. I was like, why does he look so familiar? Yeah, he's a killer from Scream 6.
Yep.
He's just way younger in Avatar because I think it came out first. But
and they filmed it shit in like 2015.
Yeah, I didn't realize how young he was, or now. So yeah, he must have been like 15 or 16 when he made that movie.
He's 20 now.
He's like 20. He's 20, yeah. So he was fucking young in that movie. Anyway.
Natayam, that was the big kid who died. Right. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's all of them. Well, I guess there's also the fucking punk ass kids. Kira, yeah, we already talked about her for like 10 minutes. And there's the fucking punk ass kids that were bullying for a little bit. Except the girl. I can't say her name. I don't fucking no idea. What does this say? Saraya?
Saraya, yeah.
Saraya. You have Ayung.
Yeah, the bully kid.
There's two actors for Natayam.
There is?
I think one did the voice and one did the fucking motion capture. There's just two actors for the same person. You have Tonowari, that was the chief guy. And then Renal.
The Walking Dead guy.
Yeah. And then Renal, which is Kate Winslet. The chief lady. The fucking bitch.
Yeah, she was kind of a bitch the whole movie.
I
She had
mean,
a good
then
reason to be though.
yeah, these fucking tree people coming to our land, fucking racist.
Different
Honestly,
color. They're not even blue or some shit.
they're making fun of their
They said something
tails.
like that. Yeah, what kind of you call that a tail? This shit was funny as fuck. I
Uh,
honestly, I honestly did not even know there was other fucking clans. I guess the movie, I mean, the game kind of, the Avatar game kind of solves that. But I had no idea that there was different clans, like different versions of them. I thought it was just the tree people.
then you have
That shit was
Natiri.
crazy.
That's Gamora, and then yeah, it's Jake Sully. That's all the characters pretty much. And Stephen Lang as Miles, lieutenant guy.
His name was Miles too.
Miles, yeah,
Miles Quaritch.
yep. Then you have Moat. That's some old lady. I have no idea who that's supposed to be.
Moa?
Farang. It's like an old lady. I don't know. Oh, I see. She's one of the tree people. Which, if ladies and gentlemen, if you like the tree area from the first movie, get over it because you're not going to see it.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Because they like fucking get shit on and then they fuck off and they head to the water people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, I guess we can get into like why they had to leave. People, so people know. So Stephen Lang's character, Miles Quaritch, gets they're having a backup plan for if he dies.
some bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. That so they brought back him and like the whole crew or whatever from the first movie, and all the bad guys or whatever, making a video and telling him that he's being resurrected in a lab, in avatar form. So that's how he comes back in this one, and so they're putting him in a younger body, with all the memories and stuff like that so he can remember, up until he dies, because he says that's not going to happen again, so, or that's not going to happen, blah 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 blah. So basically they're trying to use the bad guys as avatars to infiltrate the Navi and be one with their clan to kill Jake Sully. Although it never really goes that way when you think about it. Um, these fucking guys, the military people just do their own thing. Really, there's a lot that happens though. Anyway, they go and basically destroy their land again, and in order to save the people, Jake decides, I forget his actual village name. It was like Toko something, or I can't remember. Uh, he decides to make the decision in order to save his family and his village, or his clan, that they need to leave because he's gonna get everybody killed.
It's a Navi
Because
clan.
the Navi clan, yeah, that Quaritch, isn't gonna stop until he's dead. So he makes the decision to leave, and then that's when the movie just fucking. I mean, the whole movie is just fucking amazing, but once they get to the water clan is when it kind of takes off, and the story starts to build up and all that. But the reason the humans came back is because Earth is dying, and they're using, I forgot what the fuck their planet is called. Um, but they're using the Navi's planet to rebuild Earth.
The Avatar planet?
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Pandora?
Oh yeah, Pandora. Yeah, Pandora. They're using Pandora to rebuild Earth. Um, which is really weird because I don't think they could breathe without those masks. So it's not really like habitable. but I guess for everything else it is. Anyway, so the humans need a place to live, and they know that they've been there before, so that's why they're invading. And their plan is to wipe out. In order to wipe out the Navi, they had to kill Jake Sully. So that's why they bring Quaritch back and things like that. So pretty much the whole movie is, him trying to kill Jake and them,
Jake
Jake and
Sully.
his family, Jake Sully and his family, while also Jake Sully is trying to become, him and his family are trying to get safe. They flee to the water people and, ask for acceptance there, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to relearn how to be a Navi, well, whatever I forget what their clan is. Alta Wakaya or something like that. One of those. Uh, the water people that they have to retrain to be, them. You have to learn how to breathe underwater and all kinds of shit. It's fucking cool. It's pretty cool when you watch it. Feel free to speak at any time. I'm kind of
You
just.
you just fucking yapping. You won't stop talking. You're just giving a fucking whole plot analysis of this fucking movie.
That's the middle. I'm trying to get to the end.
That
We
was
still got to talk about 2 more movies.
Yeah. If you would shut the fuck up for a second, you're like talking about fucking frame for frame with this fucking movie. Shit's 3 hours. Which one of my main issues with this movie is that it's longer than it needs to be.
It's not
about
long enough.
It's way too long. It's like an hour and it's like 2 hours of literally nothing. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but there's a lot of moments in the movie where it's just literally eye candy, and nothing is happening. Like when he's talking to the fucking whale, or when they're like just like massive like shots of like them swimming underwater. There's like a whole like 45-minute chunk where they're not pushing the plot forward.
Watch your mouth. When he's talking to the whale, that's important to later on in the story, bud.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking when they get Spider and then they start getting the fucking pterodactyl fucking things, and then nothing happens with that for 45 minutes, and then they don't do anything else. When they get to the water thing, there's like a fucking training montage for like 5 minutes, and then it's just literally eye candy for the theater. That's all it was.
There was story involved.
Nothing.
They had to push the story. They had to show them
There's no story.
train.
We did not need a fucking hour and a half training montage. Let's push the story forward.
Well, they're also living they have to live in a new area too.
Why
they're not used to.
They're not real. It doesn't matter.
They're real. They're real people.
They're not real.
They're real.
All I'm saying is it didn't need to be 3 hours long.
I thought it wasn't long enough. I was vibing. I was like.
I'm also not saying it's bad. The movie was amazing.
No,
but it didn't. It
could have been.
What if you were to watch it again? I could show you exactly what I'm saying. There's a lot of nothing.
There was a few. I'll admit there was a few moments where that didn't need to happen, but it was all. There was a few eye candy moments, especially there was a lot of wide shots. There's a lot of wide shots of stuff like that didn't need to happen, but.
Let's get on. We got 2 more fucking.
Most of the time, I'm just saying. Most of the time, they were doing stuff in these moments you're talking about.
Yeah, like swimming.
Yeah, like they were learning how to swim.
They don't need to learn how to swim.
They do because they're fucking forest people.
Don't say that like all racist.
They don't have they don't have the proper tail to swim like them. So
they had to learn how to hold their breath. That's all they needed to do. Which they did.
They had to learn a lot because at the end he learns how to swim.
Who?
Oh, Loak when he saves.
He didn't learn how to swim. He knew how to swim. He saved Jake Sully, who couldn't breathe because he was panicking.
But then the whale comes to save him because obviously he couldn't make it to the top. I'm just saying he learned how to swim by being with that. They all did. Yeah. And hold their breath. You stop hating.
I'm not hating. Anyway, it's a good
There
movie.
was
The
some
third,
stuff. There was some stuff that didn't need to happen. It ends on a cliffhanger again.
kind
10 out of
of,
10 movie for me. No, it ends on a cliffhanger.
kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? It ends the same way as the first one.
The only it ain't cliffhanger really anything except the fact that the spider saved the dude.
No, but it ends with Jake Sully saying, the line again. He's like Optimus Prime now. It shows him opening his eyes.
That's not cliffhanger.
That's a cliffhanger. It's the same cliffhanger as the first one.
That wasn't even a cliffhanger the first time.
What do you mean?
What is him opening his eyes cliffhanger? That he's alive? We already knew that.
Well, no, we didn't know if the Avatar was going to work at the end of the first one.
Yeah, but he's already an Avatar in the second one. You're just stop speaking because it's not a cliffhanger.
It is a cliffhanger.
The only cliffhanger thing that happens is that the fucking general dude didn't die. Because his fucking son brought him up. Which, don't.
He's also dead for like 10 minutes. Somehow he brought him back. He's underwater for at least 10 minutes.
An Avatar body. I mean,
Yeah, I guess. But
in a way, it's a good film.
It's a pretty damn good film. It ends on a cliffhanger.
It doesn't. There's no fucking
does.
cliffhanger. There is him opening his eyes is not a cliffhanger.
It's what he says that leads into him opening his eyes that makes it a cliffhanger.
What does he say?
He says that they're coming back, but we're home now, and things like that.
Because he says they're not gonna run away like they did from the forest people.
They have to protect their home now.
They said if that's going to happen, they're not going to do it. That's not cliffhangering anything.
It's cliffhangering to the next movie.
That has nothing to do with anything.
If
anything was a cliffhanger, they would be cliffhangering the Fire Clan, which they didn't.
Fire Clan?
That's what the third movie's about.
There's a Fire Clan?
What are you doing? We've talked about the third one before.
Third one hasn't came out yet.
We've literally talked about it.
Well, I know it's called Fire and Ash. But I know it's about a Fire Clan.
You think it's gonna? We've gone over this before. You just named off all these kids' names, all this other bullshit, but you didn't know the fucking plot of the third one.
No, I thought Fire and Ash was just a war, like a war term between the humans and Na'vi. Like, what's gonna happen between them? I didn't know there was another clan.
Oh my god!
This isn't here, bud. Just move on.
Don't ever come at me with just fucking weird ass names ever again. Anyway, we're gonna.
Oh, hey, because I remember their names.
I know who Lowak is and all this shit, but the fact that you just know like all their names and then the fucking tree's name, like.
I have to know these things.
Anyway, that was that. Let's talk about Kraven the Hunter now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to talk about it for 20 fucking years. His name is Sergey. His brother is a little pussy. Their dad's a fucking asshole. And
it's not as bad as people were saying it was. It's definitely better than Madam Web. It's more watchable than Madam Web.
Saying something's better than Madam Web means nothing. Everything is better than
Venom. I'd say it's up there with Venom. Like, as far as like the style,
in terms of
that they went for.
Sony's movies, for all their villains, it's the second best, with Venom being all three, him being number one. And then,
but
Madam Web doesn't exist. That shouldn't.
It's on my top 5 2024 movies.
If it is, you're off the pod. But
it's not.
His dad comes and takes him from their fucking school, I think in New York, and then he takes him to Africa because their mom died. He starts roasting their mom for being like suicidal or something.
Yeah,
he says how he's like she was weak.
She's weak.
And then she kills herself allegedly. And then they go to Africa to hunt the lion. I forget the name of the lion, but it was some fucking Far Cry fucking boss animal. Like this jacked ass lion. Like this lion is massive. And then he squares up with Sergey. Sergey loses the 1v1. His dad roasts him. Well, technically Sergey dies, and then the Calypso chick gives him the fucking bottle thing.
Which I don't think that's the actual lore. I think they changed that.
I don't think Kraven has powers at all. I think he's just a dude.
No, he does have powers. He has like the animalistic abilities, but and all that, but he didn't get it from them. Like I don't think he got it from them in the comics or like the lore. Because he had powers in the game too.
I guess he jumps decent.
Yeah, he's fucking massive.
You don't have to be you don't have
Well,
to have superpowers to be massive.
no, but
Look at me.
right. But he moves fast. He moves like Black Panther pretty much. He moves pretty fucking quick, and I'm pretty sure he could heal at, up to some point. And his lore is a lot different. I think, if I read correctly, PETA got involved and said they didn't want him killing animals and all this bullshit.
Which he does the opposite. He kills people that kill animals for a little bit.
So yeah, that's pretty much the story. So,
Well, I guess if we're gonna, I would say this movie doesn't have a plot until his brother gets taken.
that's true.
Which I saw someone else say, and I didn't really think about it until they said it, but there's no plot to the movie for like the first hour. And then there's the rhino guy, which I don't think the rhino design was bad. You motherfuckers are bitching. What did you expect him to look like? It's a rhino.
I just said he looks goofy, but it's better than that robot shit that they went for Amazing Spider-Man 2. This actually looks like,
It's a
what he
rhino.
should look like. Yeah. He just looked a little goofy.
He makes weird ass fucking noises, fucking whatever the fuck. Like I don't know why they did that.
He sounded like a cat hissing.
But eventually,
That fucking scene.
when
Yeah, I didn't.
he's still
I didn't think
Sergey.
about it like that.
But when Kraven, he doesn't call himself Kraven like really ever. But no one even when he tells them to call him Kraven, they still call him Sergey. But when he's still a kid, he runs away from home because when he gets killed by the lion and he gets brought back, his dad roasts him for dying, pretty much. And then he runs away from home to Russia. Yeah, lives in this dome, and eventually his brother gets taken. And then they fight. A bunch of bullshit happens, and then that's it. He kills Rhino through the little hepatitis hole thing that he has.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Bane. Reminded me of Bane. Like his backpack was like Bane's mask.
Right, there's the fight. Kraven, I guess, does die in the movie to the foreigner. And then that Calypso chick shoots him in the head.
Oh yeah, she does bring him back again.
She has more of the liquid.
Which that was weird to introduce that villain halfway through the movie. I was like, huh? Who the fuck is this guy?
This starts counting, and then that's it.
Yeah, I thought it was a little weird. It was like that was the first encounter. It was like I think the first one when he was at the prison, and he's looking at the body or some shit, and then he starts counting. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, a little weird to introduce that like late in the movie. I thought anyway.
Then they kill that guy. He comes back. He 1v1s the rhino, which was a cool fight, I guess.
Yeah, it reminded me of like you beating the boss in a video game like 5 minutes in. Like it was just a quick 1v1.
And then anyway, we'll skip past. He meets his dad in a forest, and then he basically gets the bear to kill him.
Yeah, that was kind of fucked, but it was also awesome.
Which is also fucked because he took the bullets out of his dad's gun, and then it just gets fucked. And there's no end credit scene, but I guess the most end credit scene thing to happen is his brother being the chameleon at the end.
Yeah.
But it'll fine because nothing will ever happen with it.
No, because Sony announced that they have given up on their Spider-Man Sony universe, and that was the last movie they were gonna do, which sucks. Well, not really, but Kraven wasn't as bad as people were saying it was. There's some goofy moments in it, but it's watchable. It's definitely watchable.
I thought it was fun. I'd probably watch it again. Which I can't say
Yeah,
for
watch
this
it.
next one. Next one, Nosferatu. And I say that not saying it's a bad movie. I just probably will never watch it again.
No, I felt the same way when I watched it.
And before we get into this one, let's delve deep into this one because there's a lot to go. But one of the things that I could not stand was whenever he was drinking blood, like when he fucking bite into the chest and then he would start drinking the blood, the slurp sound he was making made me cringe hard. I could not stand it. The fucking gulp sound was awful.
It kind of reminded me of Jeepers Creepers when the creeper was one of the movies he drinks or eats like the head. I think it was the first one. He eats the head and it makes that sound. It's like that. Whoop.
I hated it.
It was a little weird.
But I got baited into watching this from you. And
I wasn't actually going to watch it. I'm actually getting a lot of hate for watching it instead of
from who?
Foster or Sonic. Ginormous.
Fuck that guy. It'll be on Disney Plus in like a month.
That's what I said. It's like it did well, and Sonic will be on Paramount in less time, probably.
I'd see Sonic.
Nosferatu is. You seen Sonic?
I would.
Oh.
I heard it was pretty solid.
Yeah. Anyway.
Back to Nosferatu. I only knew of the character from SpongeBob, which we've talked about this before. You don't fucking know what even episode I'm talking about. Fucking Hashling Slasher.
I had to look it up. It definitely was familiar, but I had to look it up.
It's probably one of the most iconic SpongeBob scenes on the planet. It's probably a top 3 most iconic scene. Nosferatu. It's the old version of him, obviously, when he doesn't look like a fucking goofy ass beard fella with a stash, but we'll get to that. I guess we should not do spoilers for this one because this is a new movie. It's still like 2 weeks old.
Yeah, but if they've seen the original, I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't think this is the same. I think the Robert Eggers dude different. Changed it a little bit.
Well then, we don't do spoilers.
We'll do spoilers, but we'll do a non-spoiler section. No, we won't. We're doing spoilers. I don't give a fuck. If you were never gonna watch it, then it doesn't matter.
That's true.
And if you're on TikTok, you've probably seen the movie anyway because it's all over it. We can start from the beginning. How does it? It opens with Lily Rose Depp, which I didn't know that was his daughter, Johnny Depp. Yeah, the main girl in that movie is his daughter, so that's cool, I guess. It's not cool for him for some of the scenes that happen in that movie, mainly the end, but I'm sure he'll enjoy it. But
I'm not sure any of the scenes that she's in, like, he would enjoy watching.
She's kind of fucked up the whole movie.
Yeah.
And our boy Craven's back, Mr. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's in like fucking 80 movies in 2024. He did press for
He's in a little
Kraven.
bit.
He did Kraven and then instantly went into press for Nosferatu. He almost did it at the same time.
Hey, he had the
And then
same
he's in
haircut and everything.
and he's in 28 Years Later. He probably literally filmed them back to back.
He probably did. He kept the same hairdo for all of them. He's probably doing James Bond as we speak, because he's probably the new James Bond.
Ooh, people aren't gonna like that.
No.
Let's just go scene for scene. We don't talk about the whole movie, but basically the movie, the plot is, I forget his last name, but the main dude, the Beast. This is the Beast lore. He gets his fucking boss dude wants him to go to Transylvania to help help this client move to where they live. And then he's like, "What's his name?" He's like, "Orlok." And then he goes, basically. He goes to Transylvania to help Orlok move to wherever the fuck they live. And which is just a big bait because the dude is a fucking weird fuck. He's like you if you worshipped me, which you kind of do. But he does some weird shit. Then he goes, he gets baited, he gets shit on. We see some vampire cock for a second, which
Yeah, it was.
isn't great, but it's there. It's just there.
Yeah, it was. A lot of the scenes were like unexpected for me. Like,
You have Cassandra Nova's in the movie. She plays.
I was trying to figure out who she was the whole movie. It was driving me nuts, and I wanted to look it up, but I didn't. She looks so familiar.
Oh yeah, with Deadpool Wolverine villain lady. She's in it. She gets shit on. Which I think the most fucked up scene in the movie is when she opens the door and both of her kids are getting killed. Which is the crazy part is you get to see some of it.
Yeah, you do.
Orlok just fucks them. Not actually, he like sucks their blood, but it's fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
The Thomas guy, he gets his blood sucked. That was the first time we heard the gulp sound. And that's when I started to hate it. Because he just mounts you and starts sucking basically right at the heart.
Yeah. That's gotta hurt.
I mean, I think he was passed out, but well, she wasn't at the end. She kind of moaned a little bit when at the end. Let's get to the end because this movie also nothing happens for like 45 minutes.
It's slow. I thought the whole movie was slow for me. The whole movie just dragged. That time period is just shouldn't be made into movies for me.
Just for you.
Just for me, yeah. Although I think it would be cool if they did a Bloodborne movie.
Stop all movies. If it's in the time, don't. He said not to do it.
No, but if this Robert Eggers did a Bloodborne movie like that, it would be pretty cool, I think.
But Robert Eggers, he's very good. He's done The Witch. I've never seen that one. He did The Lighthouse. If you've ever seen that one.
I haven't seen either of those.
The Witch I've never seen. The Lighthouse I've seen. It's the one that has Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. And then he made The Northernman. That's Bill Skarsgård's brother. It's like that Viking movie.
The unsuccessful brother.
I don't know about that, but
I think Bill Skarsgård is the better actor.
Anyway, we're not trying to roast fucking random fellas.
It's like the Hemsworths. Like, Chris is the main dude. And then Liam's like the other guy, and then the other brother is the other one. Like, no one knows.
That's crazy. You just started randomly roasting these dudes. Like, I don't even know what I was saying. You like fucking threw me off.
You're talking about the end.
Oh yeah, at the end, you were talking about how it hurts. At the end, when he bites into her, you actually like hear the crunch. So maybe it does hurt.
Right. Yeah.
And basically, the end, ladies and gentlemen, you've probably seen it. Uh, basically, they figure out where his coffin is. Also, Galactus is in this movie as well. The doctor guy.
Doctor.
You know the doctor, the main doctor, not Willem Dafoe, but the doctor guy.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Galactus
In the new
in the new one.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he's playing Galactus.
Ah.
He does. Here's the really deep voice.
Yeah, he has a real. He does that voice in every movie that he's in that I've seen him
Well, I think it's just his voice.
in. Well, yeah. But...
He does that voice, and yeah, it's his voice. Fucking, this is what I have to deal with. Does that voice in every movie? Yeah. And but basically, they find out where his thing is. They go to burn him before he wakes up, but in the coffin is the old dude from the beginning, and Thomas just straight stabs him right in the fucking chest, fucks that guy up.
He's
And
just dead. That guy was a freaking weirdo.
and then Willem Dafoe comes in with the fucking assist and just hammers it in. That was funny. He says, "Die, demon!" Gah!
Yeah, it was funny.
But then Nosferatu is not there, or Orlok is not there, which I didn't know, but apparently Nosferatu or Orlok and Dracula are meant to be the same person.
Yeah, that's what I read the other day. And they kind of
Or
stole it
or it's like
something that.
inspired or something. But let's just say it's the same. But
Another
he's
fun
not there.
fact. I think Willem Dafoe played Nosferatu in one of the older movies.
I think it's like a 70s one, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. It was cool.
I was gonna say this also. Robert Eggers what's a director that uses like, oh yeah, fucking who directed Pulp Fiction? That guy, Tarantino.
Oh, Tarantino.
Robert Eggers is like Tarantino. He uses the same like 5 people in all of his movies.
So does I mean,
Or
I
like
wouldn't
Adam
say
Sandler.
but yeah, Adam Sandler and Christopher Nolan. That's the
Christopher
same
Nolan,
thing.
yeah. Hey,
He uses like literally the same people.
but Willem Dafoe has been
Somebody else
in.
that does it too.
Willem Dafoe's been in like 4 of Robert Eggers' films, and he's only done like 5 or something.
That's crazy.
And Anna Taylor-Joy, she's in like 3 of them. Who else? I think the Galactus guy, I think he's in like 3 of them. Anyway, we're not talking about that. So they get,
Never mind.
and then basically they get baited. Orlok's not in his tomb because they were gonna go burn him. But basically the bitch, the Lily Rose Depp, whatever her name was, she had
I think it was
to.
Ellen or something.
Well, we'll now have to find out.
I think it was
What was her
Ellen.
name? Nosferatu, Ellen Hutter. Yeah, Ellen. You just remember characters' names like fucking Loak. Like, what the fuck is that?
I have to remember these things. They're important.
I remembered all of them except her.
Well, for this one, I remembered her name and I forgot everybody else's.
We have Thomas Hutter. That's the. Also, we can talk about this real quick. The scene where she starts freaking out at him when they get kicked out of Kraven's house.
Yeah.
And she starts freaking out. He's like, "You could never love me like he does," and then he just fucks her. I mean, that's straight alpha. That was alpha behavior right there. He's like, "I'll show you, bitch," and then just fucks her right there. You don't see anything, but he does. You can see them doing it, but you don't see anything. You don't see like penetration or anything. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. There's plenty of tits in this film.
Which is weird because she's naked for like most. I wouldn't say most of it, but a few times. So it's kind of weird.
There's not that many. There's Cassandra Nova shows hers like once.
And she's dying.
When the rats are on her or whatever, and then and then Lily Rose does like twice.
There's more than that. I think it was like 3, at least 3.
Sure. Anyway, well, I don't even know what I was talking about. You keep fucking me up. Or the end.
Yeah, we're just still at the end.
Anyway, they get baited and he's not there because, oh yeah, basically Ellen has to allow Orlok to basically take her blood because in the very beginning of the movie, she like basically summons
Doesn't she like
something.
summon him in a dream or some shit?
I think that was real life.
Oh,
She like
I thought it
summons
was a
something,
dream.
and then Orlok is the one that comes, and then that's why she throughout her entire childhood has had nightmares. It's because of that. I guess we'll get back to it. Let's get through the fucking end. Basically, she has 3 days to allow him to kill her, essentially, because he needs her blood because they're like love or something. I don't know. So eventually,
He needs to go deep inside her too.
I don't think he fucks her.
I think he does.
I don't think so. You just want her to because you're weird. Anyway, he gets raided. They get naked. He bites into her, starts sucking. He makes that terrible gulp noise. It was even worse because he was like, it's when the sun starts coming up and he's gulping. He does 2 big gulps. Then he like pulls away and looks at the sun. And then she's like, no, more. And then he gulps like 3 more times. And there's like blood dripping off his stash and shit. It was fucking awful. Just the noise. Everything else was fine.
I thought his look was a little goofy. But yeah, the noise was kind of cringe.
But if you haven't seen what Orlok looks like, he looks like a decayed corpse with a mustache.
The bald one. Bald head.
He's a corpse, so yeah.
Yeah.
Rotting corpse. And Robert Eggers said why he had a mustache. I forgot what it was. He wanted him to look like a Transylvanian person back in those days or something. I don't know. But he explained why.
That makes sense.
But he had a goofy ass stash.
Who bit him though?
He was born from the devil. He was created. He wasn't born.
I must have missed it.
So you know that, but you know the name of a fucking tree. Like, you just like know random shit and then not random shit.
I was because I have a I'm very observant on things that I'm interested in. This movie was just not it. Like I was watching it, but I was not paying attention.
That's crazy.
I almost wanted to leave. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
That's so fucked up.
That was a good movie. It's just I wouldn't watch it.
That's a crazy statement. It was a good movie. I really wanted to leave though.
It was just too long.
It wasn't even that long.
It dragged. It felt like 3 hours.
Anyway, I thought it was good. I think I said like 7 out of 10. I would never watch it again though.
It's about my same thing. I'd rate it 7 out of 10. I would not watch it again.
And honestly, only reason I really did see it is because Bill Skarsgård is in it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to support him.
My boy Bill's in it. He's like the king of being
You can't be only known as Pennywise. You gotta support him, you know.
But yeah.
No, he's a vampire. And the crow.
And a clown.
And a clown.
And a deaf kid who can fight.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
And what else is he?
He's deaf.
I think it's the whole fucking point of the movie, buddy.
He's in Barbarian.
Barbarian, yeah. He's known as a dude in a house. He's known as a clown, a vampire. What else did we just say?
Deaf kid.
A deaf kid.
Who could fight.
And he's done a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. But let's find out. Because now I need to know. The clown, the vampire, the deaf kid, the house guy. He's in John Wick 4. Is the villain.
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't seen it yet.
He is in Deadpool 2 as the vomit guy. Forgot about that. He's barely in Deadpool 2, but he's in it. He's the alien in Eternals at the end.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in that movie.
We're just going over his movies now. After that, it's just a bunch of stuff I've never heard of. So, but yeah, I think up until he did. Okay, so 2017 is when people started to know who he was, because that's when it came out, and ever since then, yeah.
Good guy.
But let's get into we'll do the box office first, and then we'll end it off with our top 10s, which your list is fraudulent because yours isn't even set up right. You're like, this movie surprised me.
Well, yeah.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
how I base my list off.
That's a fraudulent list because that's not what we were doing.
It's still top 10.
We're going your top 10 movies that you liked in the order.
This is in order.
If you say fucking Smile 2 is in your top 3, you're off. If Terrifier 3 made the top 8, you're gone. Okay, we're going to start from the top. This is the box office 2024. This is just who made the most money. So number 10 is Kung Fu Panda 4. It made... Is that the money? I think... No, that made way more. There's no way. Oh, fuck.
I thought it was in the high millions.
It made a lot, but hold on. That's only for me. I'll just click on it with that. It made... How much did it fucking make?
Just look at fucking all-time box office.
That's what I'm looking at. It's only showing me domestic. I want everything.
Worldwide. You gotta do worldwide.
Let me search it. Box office 2024. Let me search it again because it gave me just domestic. Worldwide box. There we go. Okay, now we got the right numbers. Okay, number 10. That's crazy. It came in at the last second and swooped up number 10. Mufasa, making $476 million. And it's still going to keep making money because it's not even out that long. But as of right now, it is number 10. Number 9, which Mufasa and number 9 have almost the same amount of money. Venom: The Last Dance, also with $476 million. Number 7, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, made... Oh shit! That was number 7. Number 8, Kung Fu Panda 4 is number 8 with $547 million. Godzilla x Kong is 7 with $571 million. Wicked is number 6 with $680 million. Wait,
damn.
I think those numbers are also fraudulent. No, never mind, they're not. That is the right number. $680 million. Dune Part 2, slog. That's fucking boring. $714 million. Moana 2 made $960 million. That's 4. Despicable Me 4 made $969 million. And then the top 2, Deadpool Wolverine is number 2 with 1.3, and then Inside Out 2 made 1.69.
It might be what I watch later.
That is... Let's get into our lists, which I already changed some of my lists since you laughed at it, so... Well, and I didn't... And you brought up a movie that I forgot even came out, which is crazy because we glazed it.
The Crow?
You're not supposed to say it.
Oh, my bad.
And we're going to start with number 10. Your list is completely different from mine because I did it the way we were supposed to.
I did it the way I was supposed to, too.
You did what surprised you. I did the other way. Anyway,
I did what surprised me and was good. You're going to see that my list isn't glazed.
It's not about being glazed. It's just because it surprised you and it made it into your list.
It was a surprisingly good movie.
We're going to go over it. Okay. What's your number 10?
Terrifier 3.
I also have Terrifier 3 at 10. Mainly because of Sienna. Our little meme. Santa. That, which is an inside joke. No one else would get except me and Speedy and you. But other than that, horrendous watch.
It's not. It's
That
pretty
no,
good. There's no
no,
story
no.
to
You
it.
don't get to speak right now. You're right. There's no fucking story to it. That movie is literally murder porn. The dude that made that movie needs to be fucking looked at. That is fucked up. Like how that even made it into a theater is criminal.
Honestly,
That being said, now that me first, the opening scene people were saying was so awful they had to walk out. You motherfuckers are you fucking pussies because that was not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
There was worse scenes, like when the dude gets he gets chopped up the middle with the chainsaw.
Yeah, right through his ass.
But yeah, that was my number 10. What's your number 9?
My number 9 is gonna be Trap.
I didn't see that one. My number 9 is Twisters.
Ooh, Trap is really, really actually. I mean, not only did it surprise me how good it was, it's probably the best thing M. Night Shyamalan has put out for
That's
a while.
so fucking racist.
It's not racist. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I'm pretty sure his movie, I think it's called Old. I think that did pretty well as well.
That was okay. I thought it was interesting, but
I haven't seen either. So
this one was really surprising, and I think it might connect. I'm waiting for a confirmation, but I think it might connect to the Unbreakable series, because that's what it felt like. Um, but dude plays a serial killer, so they don't hide that in the movie. I mean, the trailers. But yeah, he's a serial killer who gets set up in a trap.
We don't need to talk about it
At the concert.
I've seen clips of the movie.
It's pretty good, and it surprised me.
Okay, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Longlegs.
I have not seen it. I put Nosferatu.
Damn, you would.
That's my 8.
Longlegs is crazy. It's nuts. Definitely needed to make the list.
Number 7.
Civil War.
I have
not Captain America Civil War.
I know.
Civil War.
I have Kraven.
Interesting.
And your 6?
My 6 is gonna be Twisters.
My 6 is, and I only did movies that I saw that came out for that year. These are all these movies came out in 2024, and these are the ones that I saw. I put Bad Boys 4.
Ones that I saw.
I'm just saying for the listeners that these are movies that I've seen in the year of 2024 that all came out in that year as well. But I put Bad Boys 4 as 6. Which,
that's a good movie.
You have a classic line from that movie, don't you, pal?
I'm not.
We're not gonna say it.
We're not gonna get me to say. I'm not gonna say it.
It's fine if you say it though. It's like a black guy saying the N-word.
Movie.
Yeah, you didn't write it, but also, listeners, he didn't need to say it either because it literally didn't mean that. Anyway, what's your 5? We're in the top 5 now, ladies and gentlemen.
Smile 2.
I'm leaving. I put Venom 3.
At least it's not number 1.
If it was in the top 3, I'd fucking end this episode right here. I put Venom 3.
Not bad.
And what's your 4?
My number 4. This movie surprised me a lot. I've watched it multiple times already, but Carry On, that just came out on Netflix.
Fuck, I forgot that. I watched that too.
That movie's pretty freaking good.
I should swap Terrifier 3 for that. I'm not going to. I'm staying it. That is a fun movie.
Right. Yeah, that's a good movie. It's entertaining all the way through.
That was your 4, right?
That was my 4, yeah.
My 4 is The Crow.
Interesting.
And now we're in the top 3. I'll start with 3. And a movie that I was never going to watch. And a movie you narrated the entire time. Alien Romulus.
I didn't narrate it the whole time.
But Alien Romulus was really good. And you did. You literally were just dropping random lore Reaper knows.
Yeah.
I put Alien Romulus is my third.
That movie's really good. My number 3 is something I watched all the time now. Abigail, which I completely forgot this came out in 2024. I thought it came out in 23. Not that it's a forgettable movie. I literally watch this movie like almost every night. But
Why
like
is
when I go
that?
to bed. It's like one of those movies that you could throw on and just watch like while you're in bed.
It's not because she's
Like,
in it.
no. Even though I really like that she's in the movie,
That's exactly
but
why.
no. The movie's really good. You're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. Anyway, number 2.
Which is another vampire movie, by the way.
I know what it is. Number 2, which I also thought this came out in 2023. I put number 2, Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
That's my second favorite of that universe. Which I think I watched all of those this year.
I'm gonna have to rewatch them.
King of the Monsters is
and
easily the best one.
judge for myself.
You're gonna say some bullshit, so
Probably.
what's your
but
number 2?
I still want to rewatch them. Alien Romulus is my number 2.
Very nice.
The movie's freaking good.
What about you say your number 1 first? Because I think my number 1's a little controversial, and I might not even agree with it now that I'm looking at it. What's your number 1?
This movie was really fucking good. And it sucks that it didn't do well. Furiosa.
That's crazy. I think my number 1 might be better. I've said Deadpool
What?
and Wolverine.
That is controversial.
Yours is way more
most-
controversial. Mine
No,
at
it's
least
not.
was
Furiosa's a great movie.
yeah, but what are you saying?
Yours is the obvious choice.
Also,
Mine isn't.
yours isn't in the top 10 of the box office, so mine is more like awesome.
That's
to
because
like.
it wasn't in the theater for that long. Because people were freaking hating.
Good.
The movie's freaking good.
If he's gonna be in a movie, it's gonna be fucking Thor. All right, get that fucking nose off. But yeah,
He was funny though.
I might even move Deadpool down and put Godzilla at 1. Because I've watched
That's
Godzilla
wild.
Kong 2 multiple times. I've not watched any of these more than once other than Godzilla Kong.
Well, if we were going for like multiple watches, then Abigail would be first.
Well, that's just.
Carry on.
I've watched Deadpool again, I should say. The third one.
I watched it twice. But as far as like just a great movie, Furiosa just
Yeah, that's the
better
list.
is the best storytelling out of all these other ones that I named.
And I'm
Best
making a
storytelling.
readjustment. I'm putting Godzilla Kong at 2, Godzilla Kong as at 1, Deadpool's going down to 2, Terrifier 3 is getting off the fucking list, and Carry On's going in. I'll put Terrifier 3 at like 11.
Oh, you could do honorable mentions. The honorable mentions.
Don't you have honorable mentions? Could we,
I do.
listeners? By the way, we sat here for like an hour of him making a list.
There's so many movies. I didn't realize how many movies came out in 2024, and most of these were like digital, just straight to digital or streaming. And I forgot like literally how much came out. And I didn't even finish the list.
Did Spider-Man Beyond the Verse come out in 24? No, it didn't. That was 23.
No, I think it was 23.
I fucking hope so.
But-
That'd be on the list.
I only did 5 for the honorable mentions because the list was so massive. But the Fall Guy was like on there that I couldn't fit into top 10. Sting, the one with the spider. Rebel Ridge, the Netflix movie. A Quiet Place Day 1. And Your Monster.
Shit. You have a controversial list. Or's going to listen to this and he's going to think your list is definitely more controversial. And that's
Oh,
what
I
I
know.
like.
I know.
Because your list is
Everybody's
fraudulent. My list is
It's
goated. Only thing on my list people are going to hate is The Crow.
I went for movies that I genuinely like really enjoyed and I'd watch again. And I've had watched Terrifier more than once.
That's crazy.
I've watched a few of these more than once. That's how good they are to me. The Crow's good. I've watched it again.
I've not watched it again. I honestly can't be bothered.
I watched it again, like the other night. Most of it.
Most of it.
It takes a little too long to get to that point, but it's still a good movie.
Just skip to the part where he gets resurrected the second time.
Yeah, which is towards the end of the movie.
It's like the last 35 minutes or something. Your favorite joke is literally in that movie, though.
Oh yeah. I forgot how she even says it.
Like, what's the worst tea to drink or something? Reality?
I think it's like, what's the hardest tea to drink or something like that. It's like reality. That's my favorite line.
It's terrible.
He even thought it was a terrible joke.
Yeah, but he wants to smash.
Yeah. The movie does. Anyway, the movie's good. It does well in the lore, like the actual love story for them. It's not rushed. My top 10 is definitely going to be controversial. Bring it on. I don't care. I'll fight you.
We should have done top 10 games of the year, but I only played like 2. At least that's the fucking meme everyone likes to say. You play one game. Shut the fuck up.
There's a few of you buds that only play like one game.
I play multiple games.
You, Reaper, Speedy, fucking.
I play multiple games.
Right. How many of you actually finished?
Well, some of the games I play, you can't just finish.
I'm talking about like actual story games.
I don't think I played Firewatch. That's the only story game.
It's 2025. It's time to change it up.
When did Spider-Man 2? Was that this year? Was that 24, I mean?
It's 23.
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way that was 23. You're high. You're literally high right now. It's not 20. You're fucking lying.
October 23.
You're fucking full of shit. There's no fucking way that came out. How was that long ago?
I told you. Where does time go? Where does time go? Honestly.
That's fucked up, actually. And apparently,
it's crazy
Sony.
How long that's been out.
Sony is I think they announced it yesterday at some convention that they're making a Helldiver film.
It's gonna look like Starship Troopers, but okay.
It's gonna look like some bullshit.
It should just be animated.
I don't think I played a story game last year. If I did, I don't know what it was.
You should play Astrobot.
No.
No, I was gonna say you tried to play The Last of Us, but that wasn't last year.
Well, I've played it before. I tried to do the Last of Us 2 grounded in one go, but then I got fucking hard locked for 4 hours. Which is some fucking bullshit. That difficulty is bullshit.
Grounded sucks.
I should try that again, but for the first game.
Grounded's hard in general. That's probably one of the hardest modes I've ever played.
I mean, it wouldn't have been fucking hard if I had anything to do anything. And then you couldn't go back. I was stuck. My only option, because Grounded doesn't let you checkpoints. If I reset, I think I have to restart the whole thing.
Yeah. That checkpoints suck ass.
No shot.
You played The Evil Within. That was last year.
I didn't finish it.
No, but you still played it.
Yeah, but also because the game stopped working. You saw it. I couldn't progress anymore. I killed the guy and then I couldn't go forward.
Hey,
I don't know what else. Was Ragnarok? Is that 23?
No,
that was like 22.
That was 22.
What the fuck?
I know.
What was last year? They did something. What's the DLC? That was 23 as well, huh? Valhalla or whatever?
Valhalla, yeah. Didn't you do the DLC to Elden Ring?
That was last year. It might as well be.
That's pretty much a story game.
It might as well be. It was a full game.
You tried Black Myth Wukong for a bit.
I played it. Well, I didn't.
Like an hour.
I played for like more than an hour.
Yeah. And then you just gave up.
Well, I just didn't care anymore.
Leave her alone.
I don't know what else I did.
Yeah. We'll do top 10 maybe next time.
There's no point. I don't have it.
You're going to get a top 10 list.
I played Firewatch. That's it.
You got to start playing other games so you can do a top 10. Didn't you play Dead Space?
That was not 24. That was like, that's also like 23. Anyway.
Yeah. That's our top 10 list. Mine is probably going to be the most controversial, but I don't care. I think I listed some pretty good movies.
Your list is so fucked up.
It's not. There's pretty good movies on there. If you haven't seen any of these, you need to watch.
As soon as you said Furiosa, I was like, what the fuck?
The movie's fucking good.
I've not heard anyone ever talk about that movie, and you put it at number 1. That's crazy. I've never heard you talk about it.
No, when I watched it, I'm pretty sure I said how good this movie was. It's pretty fucking good, and it ties into Mad Max, but weird time jump at the end. But
you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, next episode, we're doing top 10s for multiple categories. Just in general, not just for a year, for anything, for like all time.
All time?
We're going to do top 10 video games, top 10 movies, top 10. What would we do? Movies, and I think we've done this before. We might have. But we're doing it again. Yeah, but that's different.
The Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but this is going to be, it's going to be big. And we're going to get ginormous. He'll be on next week, ladies and gentlemen. If he's not, you can roast him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
It might be a little hard to get him now. We could try.
He's coming on. He said he would.
He did say he would.
If he's not, I have no other choice to roast him. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the fan fiction. And we'll see you next time.
All our lists.
Also, fuck AMC, fuck Pandora.
Yeah, fuck AMC, fuck Pandora.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Leave 5 stars. All that.
I guess we could have reviewed Sonic 1 and 2 because I did watch those. We were supposed to, but that was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, we'll see you.
Bye.